Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I kind of went on a little excessive of a book haul. All of these were secondhand, but I found them locally, and I haven't read any of these, so I really wanted to pick them up, and they were really inexpensive because other people are getting rid of them, and I was happy enough to add them to my collection and take them off of people's hands that no longer need them. So I'm really excited. Some of these are Stephen King, and I have a trilogy, and I have another series back here. Some of you might recognize this trilogy, but let's go ahead and get started with the three different, I'll do it in three sections so that we don't have so many books. So the first collection that I picked up was the Hunger Games trilogy. Now, I have never read the Hunger Games when it originally came out. I actually don't know when this came out. Let's go to over to the copyright page. So this says printed in USA, first edition, October 2008. So it came out in 2008, and I didn't, honestly, in 2008, I wasn't reading very much. I didn't start reading again consistently until a couple of years ago. So this was definitely on my TBR in the back of my mind for quite a while, but I am very excited, and they're in very good condition. I was very surprised. There's not a lot of wear and tear on these, and I don't actually remember. My brain wants to tell me that Catching Fire goes second, but I'm not 100% sure, actually. So I know that Hunger Games goes first, obviously, and I've watched the movies. I watched the movies over in the pandemic. I watched quite a bit of content that I had put on hold for a while, and it was really great to be able to indulge in just so many. There it says right there, the second book of the Hunger Games trilogy. Perfect. Answered my own question right there. I watched a lot of content over the pandemic because I was at home and there was not really much else to do, and to be honest, a lot of them were really, really amazing, and I had been missing out on so much good content that was out there, and I was really excited to be able to enjoy these in their book form as well. So then there's the Mockingjay, and we've got a beautiful Mockingjay bird, and it's actually kind of textured. This one just kind of has the pin, and then this one has the pin, but it's a little bit more lifelike of a bird. And then in this one, it is physically just the bird and breaking out of these boundaries that people have put the bird in, metaphorically speaking. So that is the first little mini haul, this wonderful trilogy that I picked up. So I'm going to move on to Stephen King because currently I'm reading The Institute by Stephen King. And I was super excited to start collecting Stephen King first editions. So this is Lacey's story, and that was my first edition. And then I just recently got these two a couple days ago, actually. So I'll show you. Unfortunately, this one is in pretty rough shape, but the other two are in very good condition. Lacey's story is probably my favorite. So it has this beautiful, and I'm so sorry with my lighting. My lighting is kind of not great right now. It has this beautiful cutout, and just this little part is cut out because when you take the dust jacket off, it's this amazing floral print, and it's colored all the way up to here, and then it's in black and white, and it goes around the entire hardcover. This is my favorite hardcover book that I own because nobody else has put this much effort into Under the Dust Jacket. When you remove the dust jacket, on most books, they're pretty boring. They're usually like one color, and it's really disappointing for me. And this is just the coolest. This one was in very good condition. I was so excited to read this one. I got a synopsis from a friend of mine, and oh my goodness, I was sold. moving on to these two over here. Unfortunately, I don't have The Shining, which is technically supposed to go along with Dr. Sleep, of course, but I will be getting it eventually, so I'm not too worried about it right now. This one is a very expressive cover, and it's Bag of Bones. Move Lacey's story over there. And there's this haunted kind of house on the water. There's the reflection. There's some trees in the background there. And then when you flip it over, the only thing it says on the back is a haunted love story. And that, to me, is very intriguing, and I am super excited to dive into that one. And then, of course, we have Dr. Sleep, which of course has to do with The Shining and that whole thing. This one, however, is unfortunately in a little bit of rough shape, and the rest of it isn't that bad. I would honestly be okay with it if it wasn't technically a reprint. So technically this isn't a first edition in terms of like legally speaking, or if you were to open the copyright page, it doesn't actually have the proper number sequence. Everything else adds up and it matches, but unfortunately, to me, even though it says First Scribner hardcover edition, September 2013, to me, because it doesn't have the proper number sequence, it's not technically a first edition, but I digress. I'm very excited to dive in to this one as well. This is like my brother-in-law and I wanted to watch the movie, and I told him, no, I have to read the book first. And he was like, well, how long is that gonna take? And I said, well, I don't have the book yet, so I have it now, and I will be reading it. And then it says Red Rum on the back, which, if any of you have watched The Shining, then you know exactly what that is. And that is, of course, murder backwards. So then last but definitely not least, I have the Game of Thrones by George R. Martin. The whole entire series, except, unfortunately, the prequel that the name is escaping me right now, that has to do with being 300 years prior to A Song of Ice and Fire book series. I don't have that one, unfortunately, but this was all 5 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for, wait for it, $10 only. And that, to me, was worth it for all 5 of these beauties. These ones are the paperbacks, and this one is in a hardcover, unfortunately, but I'm super excited. These ones are, again, in kind of rough shape, but they look like they have been well loved, and I can appreciate that because I will very much love them as well. I will try to be gentle with them so I don't ruin them anymore, but it'll be easier with the paperback than the hardcover. So I really, really, really love every single book that I got, and I'm probably not gonna know where to where to go after I'm finished my current read, but I hope that you enjoyed this little book haul with me. And I know that I said that I was going to be uploading on a more regular basis, but with my new job and with university, I will definitely try to upload on a regular basis, but there are priorities that come first, so I will be attending to those. But I hope you enjoyed, and maybe leave me a comment of which book I should read next, or if there is a favorite book that you have. I would love to know because I really enjoy hearing other people's favorite books of all time. Yeah, so I hope to see you guys in the next one, and I hope you have a good night and a good sleep.